We already know how to create buttons, but keep in mind you can add, remove or reorder buttons only from the specific area edit dialog. For example, if you would like to change places of these two buttons, you will have to open this blue column edit area, edit layout, find the column, edit, and you have here two buttons. You can then reorder them, delete or add more buttons, but it's done from the area dialog. Let it be row or column, doesn't matter. Okay. Also for buttons, the same as for column, row or tab titles, you can right click and you get to the button edit dialog. It's resizable. What we have here is title, show label or not. It works same as for tabs. If you don't want to see the label, you must assign the icon and it shows only icon. Or you can show icon with label. Flat button makes the button borderless and a bit transparent. If I click flat, you can see it's flat. If you assign a color, you can see it changes. I hope it's visible on the video. It's basically flat button made to not stand out very much. Okay, I want to be this healing brush button to be flat, and I will add blue, hide the label. Next we will choose what button will do. When you select button action, you will see here where it now says no action, you will see which action is assigned. Button actions are divided in a few separate categories. You can call categories here by typing at menu. And you will find here all the items available in the menu. Here from like filter, select, and so on. Then you have tool category, which lists all available tools. Also, you will have actions. It's from your actions panel from here. You can assign whichever action you want. Let's start with tools, and I want to assign healing brush. I type tool space healing. Here I have healing brush. It shows which action is assigned. We already chose color, button flat, and I want to assign icon. I will also choose healing icon. I will leave for now color as default, but you can also choose the color, apply, and icon changes. But you have to know if you assign your custom color, doesn't matter if it's even white, it won't change if you switch the theme. But if you use default color, icon color is specific to the theme. If you're using white theme, icon will change to black. We will leave this icon as a default for now and click OK. Then same with spot healing brush, no label, flat button. You don't need to type category, you can just start typing healing, and here you can see spot healing brush. I want it to be blue also. I choose the same color because when you click, it's slightly visible when it changes active state. I don't know if it's visible on video, but it's slightly different from the blue background. Again, we will find spot healing icon and leave icon color as a default. We will do very similar things here. Right click. Here I want to leave the label, but I want to show flat button. We will choose patch tool. I will change this button to gray, or we can choose blue and you will see slightly bluish color. I will choose pattern icon. As I mentioned, these icons are taken from Adobe's website. They are missing a lot of tool related icons and similar, so we just have to work around it and choose closest match of the icon. I'll click OK. Same with clone. Okay. For content aware fill, I will leave this button not flat. Okay. Healing row done. It contains only tools buttons, nothing special. Right click, assign, save. Let's move now to menu items. Let's assign Gaussian blur, average blur, and surface blur. I will assign first one and then speed up. Right click. I want menu filter Gaussian blur. I want it to be gray. We'll assign blur icon. Save. I want to warn you, when assigning menu items, the menu might change on Photoshop update. Some buttons that have assigned path, which has changed in the menu, it might stop working. Be aware of that. Sometimes you might need to reassign, or if you change the interface language, it might not find correctly by the path. Keep this in mind. When you assign, most likely you will have to stick with the same language, or just be aware if Photoshop updates the menu, you might need to reassign the button. Let me now quickly assign the remaining tools and menus, and I will be back. Okay, so now we have all tools and menu buttons assigned. There's this one button left, curves, which is adjustment layer. Adjustment layers can be found with category adjustment layers and let's see, adjustment layer curves. We are getting closer to our intro panel. The only part now is left these two tabs and these four buttons. I will assign these to actions which are not available on free or light version. Now I will jump to other panel. We will assign adjustment layers and layer blend modes to some buttons. Let's edit this space to have adjustment layers and blend modes. Let's rename. I will use two columns. One will be for adjustment layers and another will be for blend modes. So let's create one. Another one. Let's rename to just adjust. In adjustment layers, I want to have levels button and invert. Let's assign levels, and I recommend to use adjustment layer levels instead of menu new adjustment layer levels. Menu items will bring you a pop-up to select settings for the levels adjustment layer. If you choose adjustment layer, it would be the same as adding adjustment layer in the layers panel. This is my recommendation. It won't bring any pop-up, it will just create a layer and open properties. In blend modes, let's create also a couple of buttons. blend mode soft light. You can also list all blend modes by typing blend, and you will see all the blend modes available to you. For now, we will leave with soft light. Don't show label, and let's click OK. This is how you assign adjustment layers and blend modes. On second space, we will create some action buttons. Let's add layout, rename, and also let's create these two actions are in the default action set of Photoshop. I'm using those. You can assign whichever actions you want. So to filter action category, you just type action and you see action default actions or action my actions and so on. Wood frame from the default actions. Okay. We have space of actions and layers. We will get back to them later when we will test all the buttons. Now that we have all types of buttons that are available in free and light versions, let's see how they work. I already have test image open. For example, I just want to choose a healing brush tool, so I will click on it, chooses the tool. If I click on spot healing brush, it changes to spot healing brush and so on. For content aware fill, you need to have a selection. Click content aware fill and it opens content aware fill dialog. You can apply or click OK. I will cancel this. We just need to see how button works. Then again, you can select Gaussian blur, average blur. Let's undo the blur. For smart filters, if you have a layer, just click convert. It's a menu item. It will convert to smart object. If you click on curves, you will get a curves adjustment layer created and properties open. Let's maybe stick layers to the side and let's add properties here so that we could see. Let me undo. Curves, layer created, properties opened. And it's the same with all the other layer actions. You create levels, properties window opens. Even if you don't have it open, create levels, properties open. You create adjustment layer, you can switch it to soft light, overlay. As you can see here, blend mode changes on the click of a button. Let's undo everything. Actions runs the assigned action. It would be wood frame and sepia. If I click the button, it creates some layers. And the benefit of this, having assigned button on the action, you are having only one history state. If you undo, you undo all the action. Same with wood frame. This action creates a pop-up, but let's continue. It adds a wood frame. It creates a layer, adds some effects, and as you can see, only one history state, even if it did a lot of different stuff. I undo, and if I run again wood frame action, And here's our history state of one action. The benefit of having a button: single history state, single undo. As a reminder, adjustment layers and blend modes are not available on free version. I would like to get back to button icons. Let me show an example of icon colors. I will change invert color to blue-ish. Apply. You see blue icon. Click OK. And now if we switch the theme, dark gray, light gray, icons switch to dark, but if you have the color assigned, the color won't switch. It's the color you wanted, so you will have it in all themes. Default icons are switching colors.